I'm Katrina, and this is Sew and Tare. And today we are going to be splicing some irrigation tubing that we accidentally cut into and replacing a section. So I have sirens. So I have this black irrigation tubing in my yard. This is what I use for all of my irrigation, and from here I have the 1/4 inch, either the solid with an emitter or the 1/4 inch brown ones with every 6 inches has a hole. But here's what happened. Originally when I set up my irrigation, it was 1/2 inch. So everything was 1/2 inch and all of this was 1/2 inch. That's what was in the stores. That's what I could afford. That's what was in the stores, and so that's what I used, and everything was 1/2 inch. Now, when you have 1/2 inch piping, you have all of the attachments are going to be green, so that's green. What happened between now and then is that people now have in the stores now have 5/8 inch tubing, which is what this is. 5/8 inch is 1/8 inch bigger than the 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch is 4/8, right? And that has connectors with the black. So if you know what kind of tubing you have, you know what kind of connector you need. I happen to find this, which connects 1/2 inch to 5/8 at Ace, and I have been looking for this for years. So I took all they had. They only had 5, so it wasn't like I bought it at the store or anything. But I have been looking for this for years because I have been shoving my 5/8 tube into 1/2 inch container, 1/2 inch couplings for connecting and repairing and all that, because I didn't have this part. I'm going to try and find this part and put it in a link in the description for you, because it's so hard to find locally. I did find this at Ace, but I'll try and find a link for you guys. And just so you know, if you do not have this piece, you can shove a 5/8 into a 1/2 inch. What you're going to want to do is warm it up with like a lighter first, and then it's just going to be a work in progress to get it in. It can be done though. I much prefer using the correct tool though. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece here and replace it with 5/8 inch. And this is all I have left. So this is, I think I have one other small piece. But this is pretty much all I have left. I didn't want to buy another huge roll of it because it comes in like 50, 100 feet, and I don't need that much anymore. So other tools we're going to be using is, if you don't have one of these, this is specifically for this pipe, you can use garden pruners, and that's fine. These just, it cuts it flatter than garden pruners would. And then also this hole punch is super, super nice if you have anything 1/4 inch that needs to go into it, which I do because we had 2 breaks. I'll show you that. So this is the first thing that happened before, is this tube, or this 1/4 inch tube, it goes underneath the sidewalk, and was connected here, and our mail person tripped over it or did something. It was really low. Anyway, when she left, it was leaking all over the place. So I had to put a plug in there, and we had another place I had to plug this in. Now this piece here is supposed to look like this. So you can see it has this much from here to here in the tube, and then this from here to here got broken off in this tube right here. So this is a 1/2 inch, I'm pretty sure. And if it's not 1/2 inch, I do have 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch and 5/8 to 5/8, so we can do that. I got a lot of extra when I was at the store. So we're gonna replace this first and then we'll deal with this part. All right, so right down here where my thumb is, that is where this hose came out of. So it was like this and it came out there. So I'm going to lift it up. It is stapled down. I'm going to lift it up enough that I can work with it, rub off some of this dirt. And we're gonna cut it. We cut it pretty close here just so I have that room. So we have the new hole or the new break, the old plug, and then up here I'll show you another place where we screwed up. All right, so over here, this is the post for the trellis I just put up that goes across the entryway. And look at that. You guys see that? Let's zoom in. Yep, that's right. The wing of this post went through this. So this is the same hose as what we injured before, so we're going to replace just past this. Alright, so this is the hose in question. We've already disconnected part of it. Oh. So it actually looks like it has connected to another water line. So we are going to have to deal with that. Water line right here. Alright. But I'm going to actually cut it way over here. There you go. That was simple. And then we just want to make sure that that's relatively clean when we put the next one in. So here's the piece we took out. Here's the cut. That's a pretty severe leak right there. There's what we just pulled out. Here is the plug we put in before, and there is our fresh break. Next up, I like to connect the loose end first. So this again, I believe is 5/8. Well, some of this is gonna stay on. Anyway, this is the 5/8 side, the black. So I'm gonna put that on here. Now, if this tube is cold, then you need to warm it up. So leave it out in the sun, or you can use a lighter to warm it up. But what I like to do, I know it's gonna go in about that far, and so I'll take my thumbnail and just make a line, and that tells me how far I need to put it in. So 5/8 to 5/8. And it just wiggles on. You'll know if this is a 5/8 going into a 4/4, or 5/8 going. You'll know if this is a 5/8 going into a 1/2 inch for sure. If it's super hard to get on. So I'm going to retain the benefit. I'm going to retain the benefit of this curve and put it in that way. And we can put this together. So again, I can make a mark with my thumbnail, and this is a 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. It should just wiggle right on, and it does. Awesome. So that is easy, much easier than doing the incorrect sizing. This little tube here, it goes underneath the sidewalk, so I can just connect it like right in here. Alright, let's go to the next one. Oh, I can't. I need this to connect. Okay. I'll keep it where it is and connect it there. Well, I can go wide and then come in. Alright, I'm gonna do that. So just so you guys can see, this is rain drip coupling. So I understand this isn't shade, but it's kind of the only way I fit in here. So I'm going to have this piping go out a little and come in. So our coupling is going to be right by this right by this T-post here. Cut that there. Mark it. 5/8 goes in 5/8. If you're having trouble with this, go ahead and just move it back and forth. That's in. 1/2 inch right here. Mark it. There you go. That is there. Now, I'm going to have to take this staple and put it over there in the corner in order for this to work. Alright, so now we are going to be putting this little guy in here. And for that, you use this tool. And it's going to go right here. Just punch it in. Makes a hole. It helps if this is wet. So I'm just getting some saliva on it. And ooh. Okay, I'm gonna need to connect that to a piece. This is why you always keep extra. Alright, so I have extra because I think it can be cut a little bit shorter. So I just put some saliva on this. And here's the 1/4 inch that we're going to connect it to. Just wiggle that on. Put more saliva on here. And I'm going to connect that up to this. That's on. More saliva on this. And connect it up to here. There you go. It's all connected again. That's all connected. We connect it over here. All the way over there. And we have that one connection. The only thing we're missing is this piece right here that goes underneath the sidewalk. So let's get that a little closer and figure out where that goes. Me taking out some of these borage that are in the way. Oh. Okay, so when I put this underneath the sidewalk, I put a PVC pipe in, and then I threaded these in. So it looks like this PVC pipe is right here. So we're gonna have to make sure the other connection connects where it should. I'll show you. So here's the fence, there's the connector, and you're shaded, sorry. Anyway, right there, and you can see that little white part, that is the PVC that goes underneath. So I guess I'll go this way with it. Irrigation fixes are never as smooth as you want them to be. So I'm going to kind of dig this in. And I will get more stakes to stake this down. But I think think I'm just going to take this. Actually, I'm going to take it go that way. That makes more sense. I'm going to connect it over here. I'm going to connect it over there. Okay. So I have my barb and my cutters. All right. So that can sit like that. And this can go right there. Okay. You guys can't see that. Alright, hopefully you can see that. You cut it right here. Save that piece. Get this wet. I'm just doing both sides right now. Wiggling that on. Check again where I want it. I want it right here. Use my punch. There we go. And wiggle it in. So it helps too if you take this big one and squeeze it when you're pushing the other one in. It helps, especially if it's warm. So that is our fix it, and we're ready to plant. So there's how you fix your water lines, and the same thing applies for any size that you have, as long as it's this type of irrigation tubing. A lot of people have PVC, they have other big systems. I run mine off of a faucet attachment timer, so this is what I use, and there's a lot of different irrigation types. But when you buy stuff for irrigation, I think it is extremely important that you buy extra of everything. You're gonna have a break, you're gonna have something pop out, you're gonna have, you know, a cut, an accidental cut, an accidental pull out, an accidental, you know, maybe you have gophers and they chew it, you know, there's going to be something that happens. So always make sure that you have extra parts, especially like the couplers. Make sure you have them, because I had no clue when, you know, it's not like they send out a notice that says, hey, by the way, we're no longer carrying 1/2 inch, now we're carrying 5/8 inch. There's no warning that they send people, you know, and you just get stuff at Lowe's or Ace. So get some extras of everything, including these barbs and also the plugs. They make this brand also makes the plugs, so I'll try and find some links and put them in the description below, and hopefully that will help you. And irrigation isn't difficult. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but it does take longer. Every single time I want to do something with irrigation, it takes me longer than I think it's going to, but it's not difficult. So as long as you have the patience, and time to set to the task, then you'll do wonderfully. So enjoy doing irrigation and fixing it up and all of that goodness. Have a great one.